Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there, folks. And there is a link to my book. Well, I hope you've all read my books. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about HMP Bullingdon, which is in Oxfordshire, which is a Category B prison. It's not far from a place called Bicester, if you're familiar with that. And it's a young offenders unit as well, and a resettlement unit. That's it. People who are in the last 12 weeks of their sentence, who are from that Oxfordshire area, are sent to HMP Bullingdon to prepare them for discharge. Number of its, certainly one of its most infamous inmates was a man called Rolf Harris. We all know who Rolf Harris was. 2 little boys. Well, he had more than 2 little boys. He had about 12 of them. Little girls. 12 sex crimes against minors, and he was imprisoned in Bullingham in 2014. He was moved from HMP Wandsworth because I don't think they felt he could handle that. Despite the fact of having a horse and riding into battle. You remember the song, yeah? Did you think I would leave you dying? Anyway, he was in there. Also, another famous or infamous incident happened in, 2003. The Deputy Governor, Mr. Terence McLaren, was suspended from duty after being arrested on suspicion of being involved with child pornography. What next? Well, I'll tell you what next. Yeah, we had the governor at the time in 2006 was called Phil Taylor, and he banned all the officers and staff and everybody at the prison from displaying the Union Jack, because he said it was possibly going to offend foreign prisoners. How's about that then? Eh? There's a nice little woke. Early days for being woke, so you've got to hand Governor Phil Taylor a little mark of respect there for welcoming in the woke generation. He did it. He completely banned the Union Jack in Britain. How's about that? I mean, hundreds of thousands of our soldiers have been out there fighting under the Union Jack flag, and here we are in Britain, and we've got a prison governor banning it from one of our British prisons. So well done on waking up very early there, Governor Phil Taylor. If you're watching here, mate, you want your fucking head looking at. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about what's recently happened in HMP Bullingdon. And yes, folks, you've got it. It's the Hostess Brigade again. This time it was a Mrs. Nirali Patel, a nursing officer, a Home Office nursing officer, registered under the NHS, and apparently she's just been found guilty of having an inappropriate, there's a nice little line, isn't it? An inappropriate relationship with one of the patients, one of the inmates of HMP Bullingdon. Apparently, Mrs. Nirali Patel wasn't happy in her relationship with her husband. We can all understand that, can't we? I mean, I am actually been married 54 years, 54 years. And I should tell you, I've got to admit, I've got a very happy marriage. My wife hasn't. But, hey, what can you do? No, seriously, Mrs. Nirali Patel, she confided in one of her patients, who was listed as patient A on the tribunal that struck her off, because she has been struck off the nursing register, Mrs. Nirali Patel. She'd been providing him with money and indulging in acts of sexual interaction whilst he was a prisoner in HMP Bullingdon, and it continued after his discharge from prison. And she'd been giving him money. Apparently one payment was £175, So it wasn't a fortune, was it? But I mean, it all helps, doesn't it? When you're recently discharged from prison and your nursing officer wants to help you. But apparently, according to the reports that he gave to the tribunal, she'd been inappropriately stroking his arms, legs, and probably his todger. But she didn't mention that, actually. I interjected with that. But there we have it. Once again, another major success for the hostess system that we currently have in HM prisons. I'll tell you a little bit about HMP Bullingdon. It's been rocked with scandals since it opened. Reports about riots and bullying and gangs running the prison. And basically it's been running itself, you know. Its location is actually a place called Arncott in Oxfordshire, which is, as I said, not far off Bicester. And its capacity is currently 1,114. So there's quite a lot of people in there. It actually opened in 1992. It looks a modern prison, but apparently it's a right dump. Yeah, there are safety issues, overcrowding, gang violence, drugs, just to name a few. So if you're thinking of popping into the prison system, I recommend giving HMP Bullingdon a MS. You know, strike it off your list. You know, if you've got to go to jail, pick somewhere where it's a little bit more traditional, like Strangeways. Well, at least you know that the rats know what they're doing, and the pigeons and the birds and all the rest of the shit that's flying around these prisons. So there we have it, another success for the hostess system, HMP Bullingdon, Mrs. Nirali Patel, and what a shame that her marriage wasn't working out and she had to find solace stroking the hands and equipment of one of her patients. I'm now going to lapse into the usual. There we are, that's a song dinger, folks. Oh, you wanted me to sing to you? I know, it's a while since I have sung. This is a song that I only sing a little bit. A song that I heard when I was about, I suppose I'd be about 7. I went onto a fairground and in the park at Heaton Park at Manchester near Prestwich. And there was Wurlitzers and all the rest, and the song being blasted out was Connie Francis singing this, which is probably highly appropriate for Mrs. Nirali Patel. Who's sorry now, whose heart is aching for breaking the vow. Yeah, that's about all I know, really. So this is a poem that I wrote for my friend who was killed. His father was killed in a road accident, and this is how I felt his spirit would feel on the day following his transition between this world and the next. Because I don't believe in death, I believe in eternal life. And this is a poem I wrote for him. This is I Was Gone. I was gone this morning when I looked in the mirror to comb my hair. In the living room I searched, there was no one in my chair. I was gone this afternoon when I tried to dry your tears. It's so hard to see you crying for those long ago years. I was gone this evening as you went to climb the stair, then you turned but didn't see me. My footsteps trod the air. I was gone in the moonlight as the silent silver shone. Then I heard you whisper my name, but I was gone. I Was Gone by John G. Sutton. If you've got Alexa, go on to Alexa and say, seriously, try this. Alexa, play John G. Sutton. There's a lot of my work on there. Quite how, I don't know.
What do you want me to play?
Alexa, shut up. There you go. She's wide awake today. So there we have it. Yeah, Tales from the Jails today with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Don't forget to have a look at my book. Part 3 will be out, I hope by April, but I haven't heard from the publisher other than to say that it's with the editorial team. So that's it for today. Tales from the Jail, folks. Thank you very much for watching. That's it.